Will she say yes? Find out how Bisola, a daring Nigerian woman with big dreams, stepped into her very own K-drama reality. From navigating cultural challenges to meeting Junho, a charming South Korean man straight out of her romantic fantasies. Bisola's journey is nothing short of magical. Dive into her story of love, resilience, and the ultimate question that could change her life forever. Bisola finally goes to South Korea. Bisola stepped off the plane, the bustling energy of Incheon International Airport evolving her. The cool breeze carried whispers of her long-held dreams. At 23, she was finally in South Korea, her dream country, ready to pursue her master's degree in business administration. Everything felt so real. The sign in Hangul, the melodic chatter of people, and the vibrant cityscape that stretched beyond the horizon. Bisola's heart raced with excitement as she settled into her dorm room at Seoul National University, determined to explore the city that had captured her imagination through countless K-drama TV series. That night, as Bisola unpacked her bags, she gazed out the window at the twinkling lights of Seoul. The city paused with life, promising her adventure that she has only dreamed of. The street below hummed with sounds of traffic, laughter, and the street vendors calling out their wares. Bisola smiled, feeling a mix of excitement and nerves. She was here to chase her academic goals, but deep down, she hoped to find something more, a romance that mirrored her beloved K-drama. Adjusting to life in Seoul came with its challenges, from navigating the subway to ordering food with her limited Korean. Every day was an adventure. Bisola made friends with other international students, but she couldn't help daydreaming about a handsome Korean man. One afternoon, she joined a cultural exchange club on campus, hoping it would bring her closer to her goal. The club was buzzing with activity, and that's where she first noticed him, Junho, a tall, charismatic student with an easy smile. Little did she know, this encounter could change everything. As Bisola immersed herself in the club's activity, she and Junho exchanged polite smiles and brief conversations. It wasn't until a group outing to Bokchon Hanok village that they had their first free conversation. Junho, impressed by her enthusiasm for learning about Korea, shared stories about the village history and the tradition. By the time the sun dipped below the rooftops, casting a golden glow over the streets, Bisola felt a spark of connection that she hadn't anticipated before. Bisola found herself drawn to Junho's friendliness and approachable nature. He was majoring in engineering, and his calm confidence stood out. They exchanged polite smiles during club meetings, but it wasn't until a group outing to Bokshon Hanok village that they struck up a real conversation. Bisola's curiosity about Korean culture made Junho smile. He admired her eagerness and began sharing stories about the village history. As the sun set over the traditional rooftop, Bisola realized she has taken the first step towards fulfilling her dreams. Over the following weeks, Bisola couldn't stop thinking about Junho. She looked forward to their meetings, which were always filled with laughter and light-headed teasing. Junho's knowledge and passion for his culture made her fall even more in love with the country. She began to see Seoul not just as a city, but as a place where her life was unfolding in unexpected and beautiful ways. The anticipation of what was to come filled her with excitement. Weeks turned into months, and Bisola and Junho's interaction became more frequent. They studied together in the library and exchanged casual texts. Their friendship grew naturally, punctuated by laughter and shared snacks between classes. Bisola found herself confiding in Junho about her love for K-dramas and her journey to South Korea. Junho, in turn, opened up about his passion for hiking and photography. One evening, he invited her to join him on the hike up Namsen Mountain. Bisola's heart floated as she accepted, not knowing that what the day would hold. The hike was more than just a physical challenge. It was a shared experience that deepened their bond. Junho's explanation of the cityscape and his stories about the Namsan's significance captivated Bisola. When they reached the summit, with the view of Seoul lit up like a sea of stars, Junho turned to her with a smile that sent her heart racing. "I am glad you came," he said, and she knew then that their connection was special. The hike to Namsan Mountain was breathtaking. As they ascended, Junho pointed out landmarks and shared bits of folktales. Bisola couldn't help but feel enchanted by the mix of natural beauty and his warm presence. At the summit, we saw sprawled below and the Namsan Tower glowing in the twilight. Junho turned to her with a playful smile. "Next time, let's go somewhere even more special," he said. Bisola's cheek flushed. This wasn't just an outing. It felt like the beginning of something more. Bisola's thoughts were a whirlwind that night as she replayed the evening moment. She couldn't deny the attraction she felt, and it seems Junho felt the same. The following week, he invited her to a cozy cafe nestled in a quiet neighborhood. They talked for hours over sweet bangsu, learning more about each other's hopes and dreams. By the time they parted, it was clear that their friendship had shifted into new, uncharted territory. Their outings became a popular and regular affair, each one leaving Bisola more intrigued. Junho introduced her to a hidden cafe and bustling street market, where Bisola shared stories of her life back in Nigeria. Their differences became a source of fascination, enriching their bond. One evening, Junho took her to Gyeongbokgung Palace during a traditional dance performance. As the performance swelled in bright hanbok, Junho whispered, "I am glad we met." The sincerity in his eyes made Bisola's heart race, and she knew she was falling in love. Bisola cherished this moment. The late night strolls, the laughter that came easily, and the shared meals that felt like a glimpse into a future together. They discovered new commerce of Seoul together, from vibrant street markets in Myeongdong to quiet temples in the mountains. Each day with Junho was a new chapter in their story, and Bisola's once distant dream of finding love in Korea was now her reality. Junho became Bisola's cultural guide, explaining customs and introducing her to traditional dishes like kimchi, jjigae, and bulgogi. He even taught her basic Korean phrases, and they shared laughs over her playful mispronunciation. In return, Bisola invited him to try Nigerian dishes she managed to cook with imported ingredients. The shared meals became cherished moments, blending their world together. Their relationship deepened as they celebrated festivals, attended music concerts, and explored different sides of Seoul. The more they shared, the more Bisola realized how deeply she has integrated into Junho's world. She marveled at his patience and how he opened doors to her to experiences she can only imagine. In turn, Junho loved Bisola's vibrant stories and her infectious excitement for new adventures. They had found a rhythm that worked for them, one that celebrated their differences and built on their similarities. Not everything was perfect. Bisola faced academic stress and occasional feelings of homesickness. At times, Junho struggled with balancing his demanding coursework and their relationship. Misunderstandings cropped up, and particularly when cultural differences surfaces. One argument, triggered by Junho's reserved nature during a dinner with friends, left Bisola questioning if they could really build their worlds. But after a night of contemplation, Junho arrived at her dorm with warm rice cakes and a sincere apology. They learned that love requires effort and understanding. The argument serves as a turning point. They began to communicate more openly, sharing their worries and hopes with one another. Bisola learned to appreciate Junho's quiet support, while Junho admired Bisola's resilience and openness. The challenges they faced made them stronger, teaching them that love wasn't just about romantic dates, but about standing by each other during difficult times. To rekindle their spirit, Junho planned a weekend getaway to Jeju Island. The island's scenic beaches, waterfalls, and volcanic landscape rejuvenated them. They visited the famous Shongan Luncheon for sunrise, where Bisola marveled at the golden holes painting the sky. Junho's house found us as they stood silently, the moments speaking volumes. The trip was filled with laughter, stories, and quiet moments that brought them closer than ever. Jeju became a symbol of their renewed commitment. Their days on Jeju was filled with exploration, riding bicycles along coastal paths, visiting museums, and trying local seafood dishes. One evening, they sat by the beach, the gentle waves lapping at their feet. Junho turned to Bisola and said, "Thank you for being here." As their relationship grew more serious, meeting Junho's parents became inevitable. Bisola's nerves were palpable as she prepared for the dinner at his family home. Junho's parents, traditional and reserved, observed her with curiosity. Though the evening started stiffly, Bisola's genuine interest in learning their custom won them over. Sharing stories about Nigerian culture brought smiles to their faces. By the end of the night, the atmosphere was warm and Bisola felt a sense of belonging. The dinner became a turning point. Junho's parents appreciated her efforts to bridge their cultural differences, and Bisola found solace in their acceptance. They shared a meal of samigamsal and side dishes, exchanging stories and laughter. Bisola's heart swelled with joy when Junho's mother said, "You are always welcome here." It was a moment she could cherish, realizing that love was not just between two people, but the families they brought together. A new challenge emerged when Bisola's mother fell ill back in Nigeria. The news shocked her, and she contemplated leaving Korea to be by her mother's side. Junho's support was unwavering as he encouraged her to follow her heart. After heartfelt conversation with her family, Bisola decided to visit Nigeria for a month. The distance tested their relationship, but daily calls and messages kept them connected. It was a time that taught them both about resilience and power of love. In Nigeria, Bisola was comforted by the familiar sight and sounds of home. Her mother's health slowly improved, which eased Bisola's worries. Even from afar, Junho's text messages, filled with humor and affection, reminded her that their bond was strong. The time apart was difficult, but it reaffirmed that what they had was worth fighting for. Bisola returned to Seoul, feeling grateful, stronger, and ready to embrace the next chapter with Junho. Returning to Seoul, Bisola faced a mix of relief and apprehension. She worried about how the time apart might change things, but Junho was waiting at the airport with open arms and a bouquet of her favorite flowers. The reunion was sweet, marked by tearful smiles and whispered reassurances. Bisola realized that their bond had only strengthened through the separation. They resumed their adventures, grateful for the renewed closeness and deeper appreciation for each other. Life settled into the joyful rhythm once more. Bisola's final semester was challenging, but Junho's unwavering support made it easier. They revisited their favorite spots, and Junho surprised her with tickets to a special concert featuring traditional and modern Korean music. It was a night that reminded them of why they fell in love, their shared joy in discovering the beautiful blend of old and new in each other's worlds. With her master's program nearing its end, Bisola started considering her future. late-night conversation with Junho turned serious as they discussed their dreams and aspirations. Junho revealed his plan to pursue a PhD, where Bisola contemplated job opportunities in Korea. They talked about the possibilities of building a life together, and although the path ahead was uncertain, they were determined to support one another. Their love was no longer just a fleeting romance, it was the foundation for something bigger. This conversation brought them closer, sparking excitement and nerves. Bisola considered the challenges that might come with staying in Korea long term, from work visas to career growth. Junho, always the optimist, reassured her that they would figure it out step by step. "We are a team, remember," he said. One night as they sat overlooking the Hanri River, and for the first time, Bisola felt that her dreams and reality were aligning. Graduation day arrived with a flurry of emotions. Dressed in her cap and gown, Bisola felt a sense of pride and accomplishment. Junho, standing among the crowd, waved enthusiastically as she received her degree. After the ceremony, they celebrated with family and friends at the traditional Korean restaurant. Junho's toast to Bisola's journey was heartfelt. To courage, love, and new beginnings. The night was filled with laughter and promises of more adventures to come. Bisola's parents joined via video call, beaming with pride. The moment was bittersweet as she missed them dearly, but she also felt the warmth of the new family she has found in Korea. Junho's parents congratulated her sincerely, and Bisola realized that this place has truly become her second home. The evening ended with Junho whispering, "I am so proud of you," and Bisola felt her heart swell with love. Unknown to Bisola, Junho has been planning a special proposal. He enlisted the help of their friends and chose a picturesque spot by the Han River, where they had spent many evenings together. The plan was to set for the night of the annual Lantern Festival. Bisola arrived, marveling at the glowing lanterns reflected in the water. Junho appeared, nervously clutching a small velvet box. As the crowd released their lantern, Junho got down on one knee and said, "Will you be my forever adventure?" The surprise on Bisola's face melted into joy, and her eyes filled with tears. The world she has long imagined were now reality. Junho's gaze was full of hope and love as he waited for her answer. She whispered a joyful "yes," and applause erupted around them as their friends revealed themselves, cheering and clapping. The night turned into a celebration of love, marked by laughter, photos, and warm embraces. The proposal became a cherished memory, symbolizing the culmination of their journey from strangers to soulmates. Bisola and Junho spent the following days basking into their newfound engagement. Messages of congratulations poured in from family and friends, both far and near. Bisola's parents, though thousands of miles away, expressed their joy and excitement through a heartfelt video call. It was the moment that bridged the distance, making her feel connected to home. As they began to discuss wedding plans, Bisola realized just how much her life has changed since she first stepped foot in South Korea. Junho's presence has transformed her dreams into reality. Together, they planned a wedding that will honor both their cultures, incorporating traditional Nigerian elements alongside South Korean customs. Their excitement was palpable as they envisioned a day that will celebrate their unique love story. 2 months that followed were filled with wedding preparation. Bisola learned to balance job application with venue visits and dress fittings. Junho, equally excited, helped plan the details, from choosing the perfect hanbok to sampling Nigerian-inspired dishes for the reception. Friends and family from both sides pitched in, creating a blend of tradition that felt uniquely theirs. The process was not without its stressful moments, but they tackled each challenge together, reaffirming their commitment to each other. As the wedding day approaches, Bisola reflected on her journey. The girl who arrived in Seoul with wide-eyed dreams had grown into a woman ready to embrace the next chapter. Junho's support and love has been a constant, and she knew that whatever came next, they would face it as partners. The anticipation built as they finalized their guest list and rehearsed their vows. The excitement of merging their worlds into one special day filled them with joy. The wedding day dawned with clear skies and an air of excitement. Bisola's friends helped her into her dress, a beautiful blend of traditional Nigerian lace and Korean hanbok silk. Junho looked lashing in his traditional attire, his eyes searching for hers as the ceremony began. They exchanged vows in front of family and friends, with elements from both cultures represented. The sound of drum mixed with soft notes of kagagun, creating an unforgettable harmony. As they said their ideals, Bisola felt tears of joy spill down her cheeks. The celebration that followed was filled with dance, music, and laughter. Girls from both backgrounds joined in, learning each other's custom and forming connection. The wedding was more than just a reunion of two people. It was a testament to the love that transcended borders and tradition. Bisola and Junho's smile never faded, knowing they had begun the greatest adventure of all. The honeymoon took them to the picturesque city of Busan, where they spent days exploring beaches, temples, and bustling fish markets. It was a time for them to unwind and enjoy each other's company without the business of wedding planning. Bisola and Junho reminisced about their journey, from the first meeting in the cultural club to the vows they had just exchanged. Every shared glance and touch spoke of deep love they have nurtured. Back in Seoul, after their honeymoon, Bisola and Junho settled into their new life as a married couple. The tradition came with its own set of challenges, adjusting schedules, finding a balance between work and personal time, and navigating their merged cultures in daily life. Yet, each day reinforced their bond and taught them the value of teamwork and communication. They discovered joy in the little moments, cooking dinner together, sharing stories about their day, and exploring the city with a newfound sense of unity. Bisola started her new job at an international business firm, where she felt both exhilarated and challenged. Junho, now immersed in his PhD program, often worked late into the night, but they made it a ritual to take evening walks whenever they could. On one such evening, as they rode around the Han River, Bisola looked at Junho and felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude. She knew their life and story was still unfolding, with many more chapters to come, each one filled with love, resilience, and shared dreams. Thank you so much for watching and supporting me. See you in next video.